Good morning, ma'am.
So please remain standing for the opening prayer. May I call on Miss Abigail? Yes, Miss Abigail, please lead the opening prayer.
In the name of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
In the name of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you, Abigail. So good morning once again, class.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, you may now take your seats. Okay, let me check your attendance. Okay, excellent. Everyone is here now. So you have perfect attendance. So now, before we proceed to our discussion, does any of you here know the song The Greatest Love of All? You know the song The Greatest Love of All?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. So before starting our new topic for this, I want you all to rise and we will sing the song The Greatest Love of All. Is everyone ready? So 1, 2, 3, go. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. Okay, we're now take your seats. So now, in order for us to connect our new lesson to our past lesson, let us have first a recapitulation. So who can give me a recapitulation of what we have discussed yesterday? Anyone? Yes, Antonio.
Yesterday we talked about the Akkadian Empire, an ancient Semitic empire centered in the city of Akkad and its surrounding region in ancient Mesopotamia, which united all the indigenous Akkadian-speaking Semites and the Sumerian speakers under one rule within multilingual empire.
Very good, Antonio. So who was the founder of the Akkadian Empire? He was one who conquered several regions in Mesopotamia and consolidated his power by instating Akkadian officials in new territories.
King Sargon.
Yes, you're right. That was King Sargon. Now, when did Akkadian Empire collapse? Yes, Brian?
The Empire of Akkad collapsed in 2154 BCE within 180 years of its founding. The collapse ushered in a dark age period of regional decline that lasted until the rise of the third dynasty of Ur in 2112 BCE. By the end of the reign of Naram-Sin's son, Shar-Kali-Shari, the empire had weakened significantly. There was a period of anarchy between 2192 BC and 2168 BCE. Some centralized authority may have been restored under Shu'd rule, but was unable to prevent the empire collapsing outright from the invasion of barbarian people known as Gutians from the Zagros Mountains.
Excellent. Thank you, Brian, for your detailed answer. So, with your active participation, I assume that you have gained something out from what we discussed yesterday. So now, before we proceed to our next topic, let us have first a game. Are you excited?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that's good to hear. So the game is called Guess Me. I will present pictures which will be projected in front. And all you have to do is to guess what that picture is. Understood? Okay, let's start with the first picture. So can anyone guess what this
Code of
is?
Hammurabi.
Hammurabi
That's
Code.
right. Next picture.
Form of writing.
Tablet.
Cuneiform.
Okay. Yes, correct. This is the form of writing in Babylonian Empire. Now, the last picture.
The
Gilgamesh.
Epic of
The
Gilgamesh.
Apex of Gilgamesh.
Yes, very good. So all these pictures presented in front of you are related to our topic for today, which is about, what is our topic again today? The Babylonian civilization. So okay, before proceeding to the discussion proper, let me first present to you the learning objectives. So at the end of the lesson, you, the students, or 85% of the students are expected to define Babylonian civilization, identify the contribution of Babylonian civilization to the community, I appreciate the different contributions of Babylonian civilization in the society, and the last objective is perform a role play, signifies the impacts of Babylonian civilization to the present society. Okay, so in order to achieve these learning objectives, we must all participate and cooperate during the discussion. Okay, class?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So who has an idea about Babylonian civilization? Or who can give me a word or a phrase that we can relate to Babylonian civilization? Yes, Raphael, what is your idea about Babylonian civilization?
Based on my previous knowledge about it, Babylonian civilization happened in Mesopotamia, also known as Fertile Crescent. In fact, there are two civilizations that happened in Mesopotamia. These are Babylonian and Chaldean civilization.
Alright, Raphael. So Babylonian civilization happened in Fertile Crescent. So now, did you know who was the king that started to lead Babylon? So how about the certain king that lead them? Or the kind of society in Babylonian and its culture? Yes, Angel, you have an idea?
I am not sure about it, but I believe it was King Hammurabi who started to lead the Babylonian civilization and used the Hammurabi Code to govern his people, ma'am.
You have a point, Angel. So now, to widen your knowledge about Babylonian civilization and to understand it more, let's proceed to the discussion proper.
Alright class, there were two civilizations that happened in Mesopotamia. These are Babylonian and Chaldean civilization. But today, we will first focus on the Babylonian civilization.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, let us discover how did the Babylonian civilization started. Okay, after several centuries of strife, the Amorites emerged victorious. Hammurabi, the Amorite king of Babylon, combined Akkad and Sumer into one country which came to be known as Babylonia after the capital city of Babylon. Okay, who was the king that starts to lead the Babylon? Anyone?
Ma'am, King Hammurabi, ma'am.
Very good. Hammurabi was an able statesman as well as a great conqueror. How was the Babylonian society during the time of King Hammurabi? Again, when we talk of the society, we are referring to what?
Community, family, and social class, ma'am.
Very good. Society in ancient Babylonia consisted of three social classes. The first is, Anna, please read.
Nobles. This is composed of king, priest, and rich landlords.
Thank you. Notice that only one broad description can picture out that is to be rich if you wish to be a noble in the Babylonians. The second class is called the freemen. Everybody, please read who are they.
The freemen consist of farmers, merchants, and artisans.
Okay, so the second class can be categorized as in the middle. They are not so rich but not also poor. Okay, let's proceed with the third social class. Christine, can you please read?
The slaves, composed of poor people who cannot afford to be a free man, more so to be a noble.
Thank you. Note that society during the Babylonian civilization have social stratification. Primarily, the basis for this is wealth and power. If we will recall our lesson about India, Babylonian social stratification is the same with the caste system. So who among you can enumerate the structure of the caste system? Anyone? Yes.
Ma'am, the caste system is composed of Brahmins priest, Kshatriya warrior, Vaishya warrior, and Sudra slaves.
Very good. In that caste system, wealth and power is also the primary determiner. Now, let me ask someone in the class, would you like to have a social stratification in the Philippines like of India and the Babylonia? Yes, Michaela.
No, because there might be a problem of discrimination. Well, in fact, we Filipinos now are known to be loving to our fellow.
That's right, just for the reason of avoiding discrimination. Social classification should not be observed here in the Philippines. Okay, farming was the chief industry. The Babylonians were also skilled craftsmen. They carried on commerce with other nations. Okay, class, what was the main industry of the Babylonians? Anyone? Yes.
Farming, ma'am.
Very good. When we talk of farming as a means of industry, therefore society during that time is
Ma'am, me
classified
again,
as-
ma'am.
Yes, Anna.
Agricultural, ma'am.
Very good. Their invention of the wheel replaced the clumsy sledge, then improving
Land transportation.
Land transportation. Okay, the Babylonian writing was called cuneiform because of its wedge-shaped letters. Alright, so what was the system of Babylonian writing? Anyone? Yes.
Uniform, ma'am.
Yes, cuneiform was the system of Sumerian writing. Also what we have studied already in our previous lesson, right?
So let's proceed. Here are the contributions of Babylonian civilization. The greatest contribution of Babylonia to civilization was the famous
Code of Hammurabi.
Okay, do you have any idea about the Code of Hammurabi, Mr. Christian?
I could remember about its principle known as an eye of an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
Very good. That was the general description of this law, for it is a kind of law. The Code of Hammurabi, I may ask everybody to please read.
The Code of Hammurabi is the oldest code in history. The code consists of 285 laws. It covers numerous subjects. It reveals a sense of justice, though many of the penalties for crimes are severe.
So what have you observed about the code and how will you describe it?
It is very strict, sir.
Precisely, it was very strict. As a matter of fact, the law is termed as retributive justice for its provisions. In the context of our country, principles of laws are sometimes denied because of money and power. Yet, justice is delayed, justice is also denied. How will you agree with that? Mr. Paul?
Yes, sir. Especially when a convicted are politicians nor influenced person.
Good answer, Mr. Paul. Thank you for that wonderful answer. Another contribution of the Babylonian civilization is in the field of
Astrology.
yes. Babylonians' knowledge on astronomy is more advanced than of the early Egyptians. They were the first people to devise the 12 zodiac signs which astrologers now use in their trade. And okay, how many zodiac signs did the Babylonians devise?
12 zodiac signs.
Presently, we use the concept of zodiac signs for and to interpret love life, destiny, future, hobbies, and other things. Do you experience like that?
Yes, sir.
And how was it, Mr. Paul?
Sometimes it can be true, but may also be a false one, sir.
Thank you. Well, let's proceed. Mr. Christian, please read the next contribution.
The sexagesimal system of calculation, that is division by 60. The hour was divided into 60 minutes and minutes to seconds.
The next contribution is one of the famous masterpieces in literature known as
The Epic of Gilgamesh.
This epic was a forerunner of the story of the Great Flood and Noah in the Old Testament. Those were the contributions of the Babylonian civilization. Can someone enumerate what are those? Yes, Mr. Christian.
The contribution of Babylonian civilization are: first is wheel, second, code of Hammurabi, third, astrology, fourth, sexagesimal system, and last, the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Excellent, class. I see that some of you have a background knowledge about this topic, and I'm sure you did an advanced reading about the Babylonian civilization and for our next topic about the Chaldean civilization. I will also expect the same energy and participation in the class.
Now, who among you here can share to us his or her learning about Babylonian civilization? Yes, Miss Abigail?
My learning about our topic today, which is about the Babylonian civilization, is that during this civilization, people are classified into three social classes: the noble, the freemen, and the slaves, which is also the same with India. Now, we can relate it to the present. I believe that social classes in this world can still be observed in the present, such as higher class, middle class, and the lower class. The only difference is that abuses and violence between this group were minimized and not that worse compared in the past.
Very good, Abigail. Yes, it's true that social classes can still be observed today based on the people's income. How about the contributions of Babylonian civilization?
Mister, I have something to share.
Go ahead, May.
As a summary, the contribution of Babylonian civilization are wheel, code of Hammurabi, astrology, sexagesimal system, and the Epic of Gilgamesh. For me, among these contributions, the code of Hammurabi is the most unique because it only proves the people in the past already used rules or laws to maintain peace and progress in their society. This only proves how the society community has evolved in time from favoring the acquisition of slaves to demolishing slavery and showing humanity.
Very good, May. Yes. Here in the Babylonian civilization, we can observe how people lived before and what kind of society they are in. We can also use it as basis for comparing our society, the laws, and the people from the past evolved into something better. Right?
Yes, sir.
So, now let's apply what you have learned today through these following activities.
Is there any question? We'll proceed to our activity. Our activity this afternoon is called role-playing, showing the caste system structure and its role in society. So I'll be group you into 4. Please count on 1 to 4. 1. Please go to your groups and choose your leader. So I have 4 topics here, and group 1 will choose first their topic. Okay. Next, group 2. Group 3. And you have no choice, group 4. Okay. So I'll be giving you 5 minutes preparation and 10 minutes for the presentation. So as you will prepare your role playing, so here are the rubrics for the presentation. Originality 20%, content 25%, creativity 30%, props if there is 10%, mastery 15%, and overall 100%. Okay, so you may start discussing your presentation. So I think we are all energized, and calm yourself because we will have a short quiz.
Christmas!
Yes, only short quiz. Please get your one whole sheet of paper and I'll be submitting these test papers. I will only give you 15 minutes to answer the quiz and read carefully the instruction before answering, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, your time is up. Please pass your papers in front. Okay, for your assignment, if you could create one contribution to the Babylonian civilization, what would be? And that you will create it in a video presentation, a video of at most 5 minutes and a minimum of 3 minutes. So the presentation, you will send it through my Google Class. Okay, so here are the rubrics for your video presentation. Creativity, it includes the editing skills, 20 points, content 10 points, organization 5 points, originality 10 points, grammar 5 points with a total of 50 points. Alright, are we clear?